Hello. How is everyone doing? Guys, let me know if you can hear me and see me. Yay. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Oh yeah, I always forget there's a lag with the StreamYard, so I want to make sure I have my phone pulled up so I can be in real time with the chat. Let me get my phone pulled up. Da, da, da. Make sure it's on like silent, otherwise we'll hear the echo. All right. Cool, I think we're good here, guys. So how is everyone doing? We all good, guys? I'm happy when you guys hang out with me and connect. Makes me so happy. I love seeing familiar, I say faces, but I know they're just names, but familiar faces. Tell me, guys, give me a thumbs up if the audio and video is on point. You can hear me and we're all good. Let me know. Oh, let me check my phone for real-time chat engagement here. Abby says she's the same. Hi, Abby. I saw Abby and Kristen. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, Kristen. I hope you're doing well. I do. For sure. The G-Spot, which is Danielle. Jonathan, hey. How are you doing, Shawnee? Good old Shawnee. Shell, how are you? We miss you, Shell. We do miss you. Yeah, look, Shell is, let me just tell you, Shell is on top of it, okay? I haven't even gone live yet, and she's got the links. She knows what's up. Dude, that is like legit the best mod of ever time. Can we put some hearts for the excellent job that she does? I mean, she's just so good, guys. And sometimes we don't take time to acknowledge the people who are really helping in these different ways that they may not always go like noticed, but to me, nothing goes unnoticed. So let's put some hearts, for Shell. She's excellent. She's on point. She got my back. So she's always there with the links. She knows what's going on. And so, Shell, honestly, I'm so grateful and appreciative for your effort, your dedication, your attention here. It really means so much to me, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, the G-Spot says she's a mod boss. Totally. Dude, totally, hands down. She, even like a while back, a while back, Shell is always like, on point. There has been so many situations that have gone down just over, small things, big things. Shell's got it, dude. So yeah, let's give her some hearts. Do Shell. All right, let me see who else came in here to say hello. Amber, Jenny, Gen Z Love, sorry. Jenny, my soul sister. Amber, the G-Spot. Yay. All right, I think I got Matt Sully. How are you, Matt? Matty boy. I'm sorry. I know that's what Judy Ron calls you, but every time I see it, Matty boy, I'm like, I just want to say Matty boy. Matty boy, Matt Sully in the house. Okay. Again, I'm only looking here for real-time chat because sometimes this is delayed. So otherwise, I would think it's kind of rude and disrespectful for me to look at my phone, but All right, let's see who else is here to say hello. Thank you, Abby. Abby says the audio and video is good. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Jenny, Shell, Maddie, Abby. All right, Ladybud says, hi, first time. I can't remember when I subbed you, but I'm here. Well, thank you and welcome. We are a really nice place, a safe place, number one, because for me, like just safety and protection is like a big deal for me. And I want everyone who does come here to feel like they can be here in the real experience. So I like that. And it's hard online, especially with like, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or whatever platforms you're on, it's so hard to really feel comfortable And I understand there's certain like limitations and boundaries that come through just with, interacting online. But at least I feel so happy. My heart is warmed knowing that number one, we have really good mods. So the peeps in blue, they know the drill. They know what is acceptable, what is not. We don't even like bother here with timing out. It's just complete, we remove you because we have a zero tolerance for bad behavior. Hey, Ginger Lax Mom, how are you? It has been a while. All right, let's keep rolling. So, yay. All right. See, Shell is so good. She's got the emojis and the links. Guys, let's put some more hearts for Shell. Like, that's amazing. It's legit amazing. And I've never asked her to offline do that on her own voluntary, desire and probably to, support the channel here. It really goes a long way, and I really, really do appreciate, respect, and admire that. So totally. All right, so Shell got the links. Amber says, hey family. The G-Spot says, hi Sean. Again, I'm just reviewing, the real-time chat. Once we get started, I go in the zone. We'll accomplish the goal here, and that will be that. All right, guys. All right. All right, I think we're good. Let me see. Okay. Matt says happy. Shell says, hey, Katrina again. Yay. Okay. Just making sure I'm in real time. Ladybud. Okay, yeah. Johnny Topside. Well, I've never seen you before, Johnny. Welcome. Behave. We'll welcome you here, if you've never been here before, then I guess you'll get to see what it's like. All right. Thank you, Abby. All righty, guys. Gingerlock's mom. And Joshua says, yeah, don't get timed out. I'm just going to hope I don't even get my own self timed out, okay? All right. I think we're good here. All right. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. And it's really good to see you, Gingerlock's mom. I haven't seen you in quite a while, so it's so nice to see familiar faces. Just in general, when you come to a group, when you come to hang out and chat with people, or wherever you're placing your time and your energy and your attention, sometimes we kind of we don't look at the bigger picture, that we're still coming in a collective energy. And it's a beautiful experience if you're able to take that higher vision approach to the whole process here, even if it's something minimal, or just maybe you pop in here once and you don't hang out with us often, but still sometimes we forget that our entire interaction, right, when you meet someone at the gas station, or you're getting coffee, or you go to a restaurant, all of our exchanges have that vibrational connection. And so sometimes we don't really appreciate the full process. So I will always remind us of being in tune with the actual experience itself, and have that appreciation. So yeah, awesome. Alrighty, here we go. All right, so let's begin first with, guys, there are many people, that hang out, that either hear live stream or they catch the replay. And many are struggling with different things, whether it's health issues or health factors. It could be family issues, financial matters. Everyone's struggling in different ways, and the magnitude of that can differ between small and large. But at the end of the day, we still have things that we're all probably facing, as small or as big as it is. So I do want us to at least put some hearts and prayer emojis for all those who are suffering, who may not be willing to be vocal about their pain. Right? It could be mental pain, it could be emotional pain, it could be physical pain. We know many people here in the chat who hang out with us, like Johnny, my soul brother. He had his leg amputated. Jenny, how long ago was that, Jenny? Her brother. It's been a while, but His leg was amputated, and it was a whole process, you know, and so I love him so much because really, you know, unless you're going through like some legitimate difficult and struggles, you know, we kind of sometimes take for granted like the other parts of life. And so, yeah, here at least we're gonna go ahead and like give some hearts and likes, hearts and prayer emojis for those who really truly are, you know, going through difficulties. And the difficulty could be, you know, it ranges, guys. Just because you may not be suffering with how you look at suffering, it's subjective. It's subjective. Everyone has their own perspective, their own lens, and how they associate pain, struggle, difficulty, and suffering. So with that in mind, we're going to hold the space for all. Right, guys? So, yay. Yeah. Johnny is Jenny's brother. I love them both. They're like my soul family, like legit. So, for sure. And we witnessed the whole process, right, Jenny? We did. Yeah, I mean, I remember it very vividly, and he had it's been over about maybe almost 2 years now, where Johnny had his leg before it was amputated. It was a real thing, guys, and so it was a whole process. And there's a lot of things that we face, whether we are very expressive or vocal about it or not. A lot of things happen behind the scenes, and so I'm happy to be here and support all of us, guys, for sure. Thank you. Thank you. A new leg already, Jenny? A new one? I didn't know that. I wonder what that is. I know that Shell has her own pain with her leg as well. And we're all going through different kind of things, you know. It's going to vary in range, but let's put some hearts and prayers for everyone. You know, sometimes we kind of forget about the silence and those who don't have a voice to express it for whatever reason they have. So please, let's place those hearts and prayer emojis. I love hearts and the prayer emojis so much. So thank you, guys. Alrighty. Well, with that out the way, guys, tell me how everyone else is overall, and then we're gonna go right into our little topic of personal development, guys. And speaking of Johnny, Jenny, where is Johnny? John the Magic Wand. I can never forget that. And also, guys, just for those who may have not been on this journey with us on YouTube here, it has been quite the journey. We've experienced so many amazing so many memories and experiences that have just, you know, it's like really experiencing life with people in a, you know, online or virtually, but it's very real because sometimes we kind of like disassociate or detach from like, well, it's only online or it's only on YouTube. But in reality, for those who have known me for the longest time, we know we're experiencing real, you know, real feelings, emotions, experiences, and memories like in real time. I know that's very real. So if you agree with me there, guys, put a thumb up in the chat. We'll give the video a thumbs up too. But if you agree with that and you concur and you've been here for the long haul, at least however long you've been here with me, we have gone through birthdays. How many birthdays? If you've been here with me and you've had a birthday here, please tell me you had a birthday here. I know who you are. And we've had other experiences like Kathy had her baby shower. A lot of things, guys, happen, and I tried my best to make sure it's all very inclusive and that we kind of like have that little interactive dialogue before I go into the subject matter of the topic. So for those who are not new, you know, they know how this deal goes. If you're just watching for the first time, we just hang out for a little bit and then I go into the topic. That's how it rolls. All right. Matt Slice says no Jagaloons. Where the hell is that one again? Please, no jagaloons. That's Judy Run's favorite word. No jagaloons. No, play nicey nicey. Play nicey nicey. There's no times out. You're just going right to being hidden. All right. So if you had a birthday here on this channel once or twice, let us know. If you've experienced, like, very like milestones of your own life, let me know. And the milestone can be whatever it is to you, right? So let us know. If you've had a, not that we're going into this topic tonight, but if you've had a reading from me on the ethereal realm and you're happy with that and it's true for you, you can also go ahead and use this time to say yes, because that's part of the process here. We've done so many things, guys, together as a group, as a collective, and I'm proud to be here with all of us. And I get more happy when the people who have, been with us from like the beginning are still here, because it's so beautiful. So yeah, thank you. Abby says, I like your nails. Yay. So I normally do not do like wild colors. I'm very reserved, but I did do the pink. It might be a little bolder than I would like it to be, but I'm rolling with it. Thank you, Abby. Hey, just Shelly, how are you? Jonathan, what do you mean wrong Johnny? What does that mean? Wrong Johnny. What does that mean? Okay. Plumie. Plumie's in the house. So Plumie's favorite little catchphrase is I'm back. But she has to come in and then leave and then come back and say, I'm back. Oh, we love Plumie. And then Jenny says, he will probably, okay. Yay. Awesome. Plumie's in the house. Well, where is John the Magic Wand at, Jenny? Go get your brother and tell him we're calling him. Well, first of all, he should hear us ethereally. Aw. Just Shelly says, I'm so overwhelmed. Well, a lot of people, guys, are feeling overwhelmed for various reasons. So don't feel alone. If you feel a lot of energy, just in general, the planets this year for 2020. So if you don't know what we talk about here, but other things, guys, the entire planets have been literally in chaos. Whether you believe in astrology, astronomy, or like the entire solar system or not, that's up to you to to decipher. But in this world, the planets have been legitimately at war with each other. And I believe that actually translates to what we can see this entire 2020, guys, because when the whole year began, well, I mean, I was very hopeful and optimistic, even though I knew there would be like turmoil and like chaos. So I was bracing myself as best I could. I know that Jenny, Johnny, and the people who we hang out with, they knew. I'm like, oh my God, I really, really, really hope it's not so bad. But it's awful. And sometimes with all that disturbance, it can absolutely feel defeating, for sure. Like, has anybody else felt out there, hear the chat, defeated? And then of course that's, apply that to your own personal life. If you have felt defeated recently, let us know. I mean, I have personally felt defeated in different ways. Absolutely. I look at things from a macroeconomic standpoint, from a business viewpoint, from a personal viewpoint. absolutely, it feels very like distraught, defeated, and a lot of chaos. So if you experience that, let us know here in the group, okay? Okay. If I get dehydrated, guys. All right. Plumie, Shell, Miss Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Hello and welcome. I've never seen you here before, so hello. Jenny says, a different Johnny. Well, we know the Johnny we're talking about. Hi, John Crimes. Good to see you. I know I'm probably delayed in the chat, but it's okay. Play nicey, nicey. Sam and behave. Plumie, behave. The title of the video is very serious topic. Okay. I'm being silly, Plumie. Oh, Matt Sully, I know your birthday is November. Matt Sully has a whole family of Scorpios. I can only imagine that family household. All right. Oh, I think I missed. Okay, let me make sure I'm not on the right place here. Yeah, I'm good here. Okay. Joshua, no one's partying. Where are we partying at? And then Matt Sully is agreeing. What's going down, dude? Yes, we want Johnny, our soul brother. And no offense to the other Johnny guy here, but we are talking about John the Magic Wand, our soul brother. But it's good to see you, Chris and Kristen, for sure. Okay, guys. Scout is made her appearance. Scout is Chrissy has gone through a lot lately. And for those who've not been part of the last couple of live streams, let's put some hearts for Scout, because before her surgery, she also lost an honorary student of hers, which is like a child, like when you have like a stepchild. And the way that she was informed of the loss was sad, disturbing, right? Scout, Chrissy, and back to back, she's had to go through a lot of things, guys. But you know what? But Scout is a trooper. She is a strong woman, and she's a fighter. And so, but let's still give her our support, because even if you are the strongest person, I am a strong person as well. But when you're going through something very difficult or tough, you want to make sure that you're at least in an environment where people are going to be supportive in their own ways, not overdoing it, right? Because I don't want my family calling me. But you want to be part of like interactions and groups where you feel like you can just be yourself. They know what's going on, and it's just the right amount of love and attention. If you agree, yeah, for sure. That's how I am. Matt Sully says, can we have a redo of 2020? Me too. Please give me a redo of this year. Please. Okay. That's a good question, or like topic, Abby. Many people have been even completely out of work. So you're out of work, and obviously you're in pain, which we do support that. But there are a lot of people who can't even go to work if they wanted to. So let's definitely put those prayer emojis, because there are many families who are trying to support their families with little to no income. And I can only imagine the pain and like the emotional stress and burden that they're holding on to. And that does not go unnoticed as well. Even if we don't have direct experience with those people, they're there and they're real. And so let's be, conscientious and put out love, the vibration of love for the world, because as a collective, that's how we make change. That's how we actually, impact the energetics. So good point, Abby. Thank you. What message? Okay, I got you, Danielle. All right. Yay. All right. Plumie, don't say that. That is so mean, Plumie. Scorpios are a pain in the ass. Oh my God. I'm making sure my AC is warmer. I got too cold. Too cold. Yes, that was my heels. Okay, I'm back. All right, moving on from that. Hey, Casey, me too. Girl, where have you been? Sister, where have you been, Casey, me too? Oh my goodness. Where have you been? In a good way, guys, in a good way. I've missed you. I've really missed you, Casey. Been thinking about you. Not like today, but like just, recently. So I'm happy you made an appearance. Yeah, I mean, Scout has gone through, like, I would say the ringer. But sometimes in life we can all relate where when one thing kind of falls apart, we just feel like, wow, everything's kind of falling apart. Not in a bad way, but it's like back to back to back. And if you are a Scorpio, or if you have dominant Scorpio in your placement of your natal chart, like your moon sign, your rising sign, let me tell you, or your family has a lot of the Scorpio energy, life itself will be quite interesting, because you're going to be constantly faced with like building and failing, and building and failing, and transformation, transmutation. It's really never ending, right? Like that is how it is for the most people. But when you're a Scorpio and you have that in your family, or your household, or like dominant in your chart, you can be guaranteed that your life will be uncomfortable. Not in a bad way, because I don't see it as a bad way. Unless you know about it, then it makes more sense. But if you don't know about that, then you may feel like, wow, why does this happen after I make so much progress and then it falls down? Or why this, or why that? Why does life have to keep giving the tower moment? So if you are a life path like number 8, right, which is number 8, or if you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, expect for a lot of just, I would say transformation, but transmutation, because when you're dealt the cards that we're dealt with, which we all can relate to, we don't get to choose our gender. We come in this world, we're like babies. Our ethnicity, our culture, our background, our social, economic, experiences, we don't call the shots there. We just come in here and here we are, right? And now we're faced with, making sense of the situation, right? From a child baby viewpoint, right? So your parents may not have had that information, and then their parents may not have had that information. So all we know is that we come in here, right? And here we are, like thrown into the abyss, the unknown. And if you are lucky and blessed to have the factors, the cards that you were dealt, then some may be more fortunate and some may be less fortunate. It doesn't take away from the experience, because I do believe 100% that this entire life journey is meant to really be experienced, explored. There's so much that will be uncovered, and it's constantly unfolding, right? You can make efforts here and you change things here, but at the end of the day, there is some type of like destiny that's there. Do you guys agree with that or not? Let me know. I will at least, now this is, I do not like to talk about my family because they do watch and they're like, don't say this. I'm like, okay, I heard you. I will do what I want. I'm so respectful and mindful, but there have been so many years that went on in my life, like way back, like not recently. I've come to terms with a lot of things before. This is like way back in the day. Like I did not like my family. I still don't like them all in the complete way that I would like to like them. I love them. I love them. But I did not like elements, lots of things. I say that with like respect and integrity and authenticity. So I don't say that in a very demeaning manner. I say that with like transparency because, you know, you're born to a family and you don't know you're gonna, you know, all you're left to do is like just figure things out, and you hope that you come into an experience where they will help guide you, inform you, lead you properly, provide for you, but that might not be the case, right? And that can be very troubling. It can be very troubling. And so it's easy to want to just say, I don't like them, this or that. But when you really look at the bigger picture, and if you've been with me for you know, a while here, then we've talked about these issues in the past. But I've learned to appreciate my family for who they are, and I've never chosen to change them. That was monumental years ago, because there was several years, many years of my life where I really wanted to be born in a different family, guys. Have you ever felt that way? You know, I'm really honest here. I'm transparent because I'm going to cover things that I think are very real experiences, but I'm going to cover them in a way where I've shown you how I've grown through them over years. This is not recent, but this is the past. There are many times where I felt like, why was this my family and why were they here? How come I don't really fit in with my family? Things like that. If you relate, let me know here that you relate. If you don't relate, well then you're doing awesome. Mm-hmm. Yes. Movie later, yes. Joshua, yes. Yay. Something funny? I like comedy. All right. Sorry, I'm behind. I'm gonna use this to do the chat. Otherwise, okay. So, have you guys felt that way though? Like where you're in a family and you love them, maybe you don't love them, that's okay too. But let's just say you're in there and you're like, wow. I mean, maybe, look, we're all wired differently. So by no means, if these questions you have never like posed to yourself, it's fine. But in my own experience, I was like really early in my life, like 10 years old, 10. And I was like, well, I really don't know why I'm in this family for various reasons, but yes. And my family does know that now, but you know, when you're little, you really don't have much to work through. You're just doing the best you can. And as life goes on and, you know, things unfold, you can even be more resentful of your family, which I was at one point. Like I definitely was. Not in a bad way, guys, not in a bad way. In a good way. Well, in a neutral way. I still respect them and love them, and I'm mindful of like, but at that point when you're younger, you really don't really have much to work with. All you can do is see your own viewpoint, that perspective, and it's limited. And if they're not giving you the guidance that you want, which I wanted leadership, guidance, I wanted a lot of things that my family could not give me. that was very disheartening for many years because there was points where I felt like upset, angry, and frustrated because I was meant for more and my family was not able to give me more. And that's at a very young age. And when you're in those positions as a child, that's difficult. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. So I say that with love, though, not with like, anger or aggression. I love my family. Like that's the past. That's many years ago. But that was really a reality for me when I was younger. And it was through my own like growth and personal development that I pursued on my own individual level. Which is why I'm a constant student of personal development, because my family could not give me that like training that I was like really looking for and seeking. I was so desperate to like learn more, understand more, see the world differently. Like I wanted mentors and guides, and I want all this stuff, and I couldn't get it from my family. So I still love them, and they know. They do watch, but and they know. So this is not recent, but I feel comfortable sharing that because that's a true experience that I think that maybe you can't relate directly like that, but you can like, relate in your own ways. Did that, kind of help you by me sharing my own story, guys? Let me know. If you did not appreciate that, tell me no, and I don't have to share things like that way again in the future. But if you did appreciate that story, please let me know. Sometimes we kind of take for granted like the courage and the braveness that is required to share very uncomfortable information, especially publicly. But part of my own journey, where I am at in my own path, is being brave to do so. So I hope that you guys can also appreciate my own journey of life itself. That's why I'm on here talking to us as a group, small, tiny group, a small family. I bring the truth. I bring complete transparency, which you will not find many places. Many of my friends and family here, if you've been with me for a long time, tell me yes here in the chat if like it's legit. I'll be so honest. Even if it puts me in a very negative light, I'll be honest about it. Because I believe even those moments are moments of growth. So, there we go. I'm behind in this chat, look. I'm so behind, but I'm here. Casey, you're Virgo. I remembered that. Y'all know I have a really good memory. Yes, you are. And speaking of you, Casey, remember how we chatted last time about like, part of like what you're doing here in this whole experience? Either email me or chat here about, are you still in that pursuit? Let me know, because I want to know in a positive way. Just Shelly says, I love the Scorpio's nephew. Okay, well, wow, well, whew, well, that'll be that. Just Shelly. All right, am I getting through all of them? Okay, I might be behind, guys. I'm sorry. That movie is hilarious. I'm sorry. What? That is a funny ass movie. Sorry. I'm the last person to ask for movie titles requests, but that is a funny movie. And Casey says she has a couple of family members that she wants to throat punch. Well, you know, I've never been in a fight physically, so I would probably die. Just Shelly says her family is frustrated right now. Many people are, guys. We're being like, quarantined, in lockdown, and even if you're not, they probably would have anyways. Okay, making sure we're good, okay? What happened, Casey? Oh, I think I'm the black sheep of my own family. Although they say I'm not, but I totally, I know that I am. I don't want to be. It's just the way it goes down. Not in a bad way though. Not in a bad way. In a very good way. Be careful with the language I use. Like not in a bad way. Matt, so like his family's nuts. Well, Matt, your family got a bunch of Scorpios, okay? Matt, tell us how many are in your household? I even told him, like, oh my God, like, okay, that many Scorpios, how do you manage that household? How are you running that household? Who is running that household? Please tell me, Maddie boy, please. Yeah, that's true, Kristen, for sure. And we haven't seen you come back on Zoom or, what we're doing here. I hope you come back again because even though you listened and, it's all part of the growth too. Okay, Kristen. Your grandma. Well, my mom's side coat of arms should be a straitjacket. Oh my God, that is hilarious. I feel you. Just Shelly says, I try to be a peacekeeper and most responsible. She's the oldest of siblings. Yeah, I know. I'm the oldest of 4 siblings as well. And we've heard me cover my siblings in the past, so we're not gonna do round 2. Magic Wand Johnny made an appearance. Johnny, our soul brother Johnny, we've missed you, buddy. We've missed you. What is my phone? Is this working or not? I'm having a glitch, guys. Okay, there it goes. Super weird. Okay, I click the button. There it goes. That was really weird. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Casey says, I look at my family when we're all together. Oh my God, me too. And she wonders, how the hell am I related to you? Me too. Me too. Oh my God. Well, thankfully, over time, in my own experience, like I've worked through surrendering to certain elements, accepting certain pieces, and yeah. But I've done a lot of work on myself and my family in different ways. But yes, oh, absolutely, 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 absolutely. Sean says it takes transmutation of your own reality to deal with them. Absolutely. I agree with that, Sean. Good call, Sean. I like alchemy. I've studied like Hermeticism, and I've actually studied all world religions because I wanted to get the deeper insight into like the philosophy, the ways of life, the way of living, cultures, dynamics, to really get familiar with like the broader, bigger picture. So I'm with you there, Sean. But you love them so much. No, I love my family too. Well, I've actually learned to love them. So I will say that I learned to love them. It wasn't so, of course I love them from one way, but I learned to love them and appreciate them. A different process, but very true. So I'm with you, Just Shelly. Yes. Johnny, where have you been, buddy? Where have you been? Where have you been? I missed you, Johnny. Thank you, Danielle, the G-Spot. Hey, sister. Me, Johnny, and Johnny are like a package. Well, you know, in an ethereal way. Package was the wrong word, like together, you know, from previous lifetimes and stuff like that. So, in a family, in a very family way. Hope that made sense. We always overshare. Yay! Wavelength. Casey says, what? I'm in a midlife crisis? Wait, I missed it. Okay, Casey says, I keep telling everyone I was in a midlife crisis. Well, you know, you've heard me cover midlife crisis, right? If you have been on the chat with me where I covered the midlife crisis for people and those dynamics that come into play, put yes. If you have not, that's okay, put no then. But if you have, put yes. I did cover that extensively when it comes to consciousness and like the human behavior and all the elements. Scout, you are equally beautiful, strong, and very powerful. Please know that, Chrissy. Casey, yeah, please email me. I want to check up on you and like reconvene. Yay. All right. Bonds through trauma. That happens for sure. Hi, Tony Turtle. How are you? Hi, Patch. 5, Matt, you have 5, right? Can you just imagine a house, a full household of Scorpios running the gamut? Oh my God, Lord have mercy on your soul. I mean, my son is not a Scorpio, okay? But it's okay because my entire house, which is me and him, I make up for all of them anyways, okay? In a good way. I'm very orderly. I like order and structure. Business, I'm gonna have order and structure 100%. I could be too intense, so not perfect. But Matt, you got 5 Scorpios. What is that like? Dude, what is that like? I know that Scorpios can be very moody as well, so my God, how does your household survive? And my son is a Scorpio moon. So, oh yeah, he tries to, you know, be, no. And I put him right back in place. Oh, Maddie boy, as Judy Brown would say. Maddie boy. Hey, Teresa, good to see you. It's been a while, Teresa. How are you doing? Matt says, I lost it all years ago. I believe it. If you have that many, I can't even like imagine completely, but I do know enough. It's a lot of energy in the house. Okay, I'm getting my ice, guys. And then we're gonna go to our topic. The topic is gonna be very concise and short tonight. So I hope that you guys are excited that I covered, that I chose like just hang out and chill in the first, you know, end of this, you know, video live stream, because I wanted like, you know, have interaction. sometimes we kind of take that for granted. We sometimes dismiss the interactive like experience. And I know that people who watch the replay want to fast forward because they're not here in real time. But if you are here in real time, then I'm sure you can understand and appreciate and respect that whole process of like, you know, interacting together as a group, as a collective. So I do it on purpose. I know people don't understand that, but there's a purpose to the things I do, and hanging out here on the front end is one of the pieces. Okay, so that way, for those who did not know, who are new, that is why I do what I do this way. There is a method. Okay, I will get ice. Give me a second, guys. That way no one sees me getting up and stuff. Oh, hold on, I have ice right here. See, I'm already on top of it. Now, the topic tonight, like I said, guys, is going to be short and concise, and then you can hang out afterward later. Not on the YouTube, but... Can we do a little roll call? I mean, can we do a little roll call? I just like saying roll call, that's all. Roll call. All right. This is like drip on me. Hold on. Anybody else have a little bit of OCD? Like sometimes, like I have to have things in certain positions. I can't. Otherwise, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it yet. Can anybody relate to that weird trait? Like if I'm in the car and like the volume is like at an odd number, like it bothers me. If my AC is at a very odd number, I'm like, fix it, fix it, fix it. I'll make it, I'll change it. Anybody else relate to that? Let me know. Right. Let me get another napkin, guys. Ice, ice, ice. Uh-oh, okay. Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Sorry, I was brushing my teeth. I'm so sorry. I had to brush my teeth. I went to the restroom and I had to brush my teeth. I do think that me brushing my teeth is OCD. I know it is. Can't help it, guys. Sorry. I can't help it. I had to brush my teeth. I hate it. I have to brush it. Like, I just have to. I know it's so annoying. It annoys me too, but I had to do it. But I'm back, so I do apologize for that. I just, my mouth has to be like, I don't know. It's weird. Like I said. Yep. Especially if I'm talking. Oh, I have to brush my teeth so many times. All right. And my phone on the charger. Yeah. That way, at least my phone's on the charger, so afterward, I don't have like a dead battery later. Okay. Well, is everyone having a good time mingling? I'm gonna cover the topic and then we'll, close it out. But I at least want to make sure everyone's doing really good, guys. Yeah. Yay, good vibes, good vibes. Yay, I am focusing. No, I went to the restroom. So there was no lack of focus. I went to the restroom. I was in a process. Play nicey nicey. Play nicey nicey. I do extend compassion, so I hope it's also given to me in return. Okay? And being on time is not my strong suit. So, if you don't know that by now, I don't know. And it's not on purpose. I really don't have an answer for it. But the good thing is that, in this entire process where you get to hang out with me and see all of our own, individual traits, I don't pretend that I'm just not punctual when it comes to this. And so I'm not saying you have to like that. All I'm saying is, can you at least extend a little bit of grace and compassion? That's all I'm asking, guys. That's all. My last thought on that exact thing is that at the end of the day, at least it makes me more human. Because, of course, we're all working on various areas of our life. And so, if anything, it should at least show you that, I am not, I have a lot of things to work on myself. And I never claim to ever be, completely on, point with certain parts of myself. So I'm well aware that I do, take us a while to get started. So I apologize. I'm not making excuses for it. I recognize it. I have the awareness of it, but I'm also human. So thank you in advance. Play nicey nicey. Okay. Yay. Here are my notes up now. My notes are up. Well, I'm on time for business meetings. That's different. The G-spot. Yeah, I know. Everyone's always teasing me. I'm working on I'm working on my own, lack of humor. So I may struggle sometimes, guys, in that area. Not on purpose, but it's not my strong suit. Thank you. Thank you, Casey. Me too. I appreciate that. All right. All right. Here are my notes, guys. We're gonna roll right into here, okay? What's going on? Make sure this better be on. Okay, it is. That way I have the real-time chat. Otherwise, I'm like screwed. Real-time chat. Okay. That is a good point. Devil Mike, good point. Very good point. All right, I have my notes up here, guys. So let me pull these up and go in this order. Yeah, Kristen, absolutely. Yeah, you know, we're thrown this world, we're thrown in, and there's no like, you know, map. What do you do when you're born? Like, so I think it's important to like appreciate and have compassion, hold the space for others. And when we hold the space for others, we may hold it in different spaces, like our elements, right? Because we're all wired and designed and very uniquely different, which is the beautiful part of life. If we were all the same, then it would be a very boring life. So when you can realize from a macro viewpoint that the interesting dynamics are like the differences, that is when you come into full equilibrium with like the reality of like humanity as a collective. All right, guys. Okay. So yeah. Trying to be nice. Sometimes you're too mean. Play nicey nicey. All right. Yay. All right. I think I'm up to speed, everybody. We're good. You guys love me? Well, I'm happy that someone fucking loves me. Thank you. Thank you guys for your kindness. Thank you. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. All right. Let me just make sure I have my thoughts in my mind about the what I'm covering. So I'm looking here at my notes, not you guys. So that's what I'm doing. All right. Hold on. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Hold on. You don't have to watch me like look at my notes. I feel so bad. Like y'all just look at my notes. Okay. Okay. Were we all posted? What happened? Oh, thank you, Chris and Kristen, for being with me since last year. I really appreciate that. We're happy that everyone has been with us for the length they have, you know. I really appreciate that. Unless you're talking to me, I'm not sure if you are, but okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. So, one of the topics or the themes that you hear from me on the channel here is about mindset, because that would be like that's one of my own like personal strengths. Um, I just happen to have that strength, but I still have to face like overcoming different things. And so, even when we have strengths, talents, abilities, or weaknesses, we still have to face the elements that come along with it, because life will just keep throwing us things over and over and over. But mindset in itself is a very important piece to how we approach life, in my opinion and perspective. And even if you have a very strong or dominant mindset like myself, it still requires constant and daily like nourishing, right? The nourishment of keeping that mindset healthy, and pristine. Just like we take care of our body, or natural things, the brain, the mindset, the perspective, it still requires that same level of like attention and nourishment. You have a garden outside, which I have a garden as well. The garden requires like tending to the garden, right? If you have plants, flowers, if you've got whatever you're growing in your backyard, it requires attention. So you're watering it, you're caring for it, you're loving it, you're feeding it what it needs. And of course, whatever you're giving it is appropriate to whatever it requires. So your mindset is the same way. If you don't feed your mind appropriate or the right elements, then you can expect that mindset to be very lackluster or like deteriorated. How can you expect it to be there for you, and be very strong and willed, if you've not given it what it requires to really completely function at its best position? Same thing with your body and other areas, okay? All right. In my personal opinion, again, this is for me as my own individual person. So this does not mean that I believe this as for everyone else, but from my position and my experience of life with my own dominant strengths, I would say that it begins with the mind. Now, for those who don't operate or have like who don't like come into the world with like that as their dominant place, maybe for others it may be like their emotional or their sensing functions, or their intuitive places. Whatever it is for you is whatever it is for you. So I'm not taking away or dismissing how you come into the world, but what I am saying for me, how I'm wired naturally, is I believe it begins with a mindset, just in general. Okay. um, Now, it's not to take away from like the emotional intelligence or the self-awareness, because they all equally play its own role. But I will say that however you're wired, you want to make sure you have that balance, right? So if you feel maybe more strength in this area or this component, but you're maybe lacking that like emotional intelligence or that sensing or that intuitiveness, you want to really make sure you're building up yourself the best way you can. You know, maybe we can't all be completely well-rounded to the T, but we can focus on the areas of our life where we may know where we may fall short in, right? To help kind of like, you know, blend the gap when we have like those when we have like a deficit in our experience, there's usually a reason why. So if you realize in life you fall short in this area or this area, you can look at your life from a macro viewpoint. If you can detach from the experience and look at it and say, okay, well, I may be falling short because of X, Y, or Z. When you can get a really good grip on it from a mental position, from a higher mind, then you can clearly see where you are falling short, and you can make the adjustments, the necessary adjustments to rectify the problem. It doesn't guarantee that it gets resolved, but it does give you that much closer to from here to here, if that makes sense, guys. And let's not forget that how we show up in the world, whether you're here in this live stream chat or you're in, a group setting like for Thanksgiving dinner, or if you are in a business meeting, or if you are in a Starbucks coffee place, or if you're at a restaurant, or if you are just with family, friends, groups, okay? How we show up is very telling to who we are, okay? Now, I know sometimes we may not be as cognizant of that experience, but some food for thought is that we show up with a certain energy, a certain demeanor, and even if it's online, it's still being emitted, right? Do you guys understand that? I mean, I do trust that you do understand that. So we show up in this experience, right, to engage, interact, not just here, I'm just saying in life, like, so Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, family, friends, a backyard pool party, the Starbucks, the restaurant, the gas station, right? We're always in exchange of interactions. The exchange is truly a vibrational exchange. It really is. It does begin with who you are, though. So let's just say that you are not really in the higher awareness of who you really are. You can show up to an event or a situation and easily take on whatever's happening and lose your own like self in that process. So I'll try to help articulate that a little bit better. So let's just say that you're not even aware of your own self in that moment. Something's going down there. It's so easily for you to be wrapped up into the whirlwind of whatever's taking place. Now, when you have a strong position of who you are and who you know yourself to be, when you set your daily intent, right? When you are in the driver's seat of setting the tone for your life, for your day, for how you show up, then when you interact with people, you know already who you are, what's happening, and you're not going to be as easily, falling prey to the situations or the chaos or the mix or whatever happens. And even if there's nothing happening negatively or neutrally, you should still know where you stand. You should always be in awareness of who you are, how you show up to things. That's emotional intelligence, that's self-awareness, that's higher mind. And that's also like being disciplined and in control of your own real experience. So let me know, guys, if that makes sense as I keep on rolling here, all right? What do y'all think, guys? Okay. All right, let's keep rolling. All right. Here is something to notice within yourself. Let's imagine that you're having a really good week or a really good day, and you have like, some successes that take place. Naturally, it's easy to leverage that momentum, that energy, which is really good to do. Hold up. But when we leverage that momentum and that energy and we allow that to like hold the whole week, what will happen in your own experience is that it cannot carry the whole gamut, because it's so important to recognize those moments, that energetic, and leverage it properly. If you don't do that and you're not aware of what's happening, then you're really just living in reaction mode. And I know we're wired as human beings to live in reaction mode. I am also, we're all in the same, world together. But make sure that you are holding that awareness of yourself, because it's so easy to be like swept away in the week, the day, right? And something goes right or goes wrong. And either side of that equation, you're like in the underbelly of it, right? And you don't know what happened, how you got there, and now you're just like either happy or you're like distraught. Okay, so basically, what you're not recognizing is that your emotional experience is being like, I would not say manipulated, but I would say you're not in control of it. You don't have the awareness of it. So when you do know how you show up, when things take place, you can separate yourself in real time. Now that takes a little maturity. Most people are not wired, and there's no information. When things happen and they're not pleasant, right? To not let yourself get completely immersed in the pain of the problem, take that moment to step to the side, move laterally, just step away to the side, look at the situation for what it is, even if it's very ugly. Okay, you don't like it, it's wrong. Okay, but don't let yourself be completely defined by that, and don't label it. Let yourself be in the fluidity and the flow. Natural flow and fluidity is where it's at, because that is when you have the most, I would not say control, but the most awareness, and you're open to the reality of like higher possibilities. When you're trapped in the mindset of, I can't control this, I don't like what's happening, then you're limited. Okay. And so that's why you always hear me talk about like how every day it's so important to set the tone for yourself. So when you wake up, right, you are in control of the tone that you set. If you're going to carry the burdens of yesterday into today or tomorrow, then you're going to get exactly what you had yesterday. And let's assume that you had a great day yesterday. That's not a guarantee that will carry forward all the way. If you had a bad day, you can absolutely guarantee it will keep going forward. I wish it did not work that way, but that is how it does go down. Okay. All right. So it's so important, guys, to have healthy daily habits, prepping your mind, setting the intent of your day. Even if it's just something as simple as you talking to yourself and say, all right, today, is a clean slate. It's a new day. It's a blank canvas. When you have the blank canvas, guys, when you're holding onto the blank canvas, you're naturally going to be wired your brain to decide, to create, to paint, to be in control and charge, right? You're no longer like the receiver. You're no longer reactionary to whatever it is. You are now in the driver's seat. You are in control. You can decide, hey, you know what? Today I want to do X, Y, or Z. But if you don't have a daily ritual, a habit, a process, how can you ever expect yourself to really overcome, prior hardships? How can you ever expect for your life to change and shift and make, and become better and improve when you're not willing to even hold yourself accountable each and every day? Every single day, I ask myself, which vibration am I going to hold today? Right? There are days where it's harder. Yeah, there are days where it's easier, but every single day I ask myself, all right, I'm going to show up like this. I'm going to embody this experience, this environment, this energetic. And I decide. I'm not going to be prey to reactionary things. I'm not going to be like, in the underbelly of like whatever like just life throws at me. I already have enough of that to deal with in real lifetime. So I'm not going to like allow myself to be completely, at like the will of whatever else is happening. No, absolutely not. And even when you have days where you feel defeated, like a failure, which I have been there many freaking times, guys, so many times I have been in defeat, failure, pain, frustration, just life, right? Life just is what it is. It's not, you can't expect life to always be happy because then you're living like in a fantasy world. And I will not live in a fantasy world. I'm sorry. If there's one thing I will bring, it's practicality, it's logic, it's rationality. I will apply what I share here with insights in real time. Because there's no point to be with me here with like these ideologies. Well, one day this or one, no. That's great. That's one step. But you must apply it to real time. Otherwise, there's no point. I'm living in this 3D physical reality. Even though I'm a very ethereal and spiritual person, I live in the mental realm, I have to remind my own self I'm a physical person alive in this world and I must execute at all costs. It's painful, it's uncomfortable, it's unfamiliar. I will walk in darkness until I find that light. End of story. And no one will take me out of that element because that is my truth, right? That is my truth. But that's me because I know who I am and where I'm going. And I have these these principalities from last week, guys, these principalities of truth that I will never waver. I know exactly who I am and where I'm going. That's it. And I will not be taken off track. And if I do get off track, which it will happen, I will get myself right back on track, So don't beat yourself up if you fall off track. That's natural. It's a human experience for us to fall off track. But the beautiful part is that when you build yourself up and you have that higher awareness, that emotional intelligence, then you pull yourself right back there. And you're like, oh, you know what? I kind of fell off a little bit. You pull yourself right back. And that's the beautiful part of life. So you learn to work through off and on, until, you're more comfortable with, I expect myself to fall off, but I also expect to come right back on track. Has anybody ever felt that in their own experiences when they're facing life and hardships, or when things are going great, it's going great, and it's bad, it's bad? So let me hear from you before I finish up this last little segment, guys. Let me know. And Casey says, I think my brain is shut down. Yes, totally. Yay. All right, well, whoever is here, that's at least we're together, guys, okay? So let me keep going through the last bit here. Okay, my notes. All right. Okay, so here's how we're gonna like complete this last segment, okay? Let me see how I want to say this first. Hold on. I'm always in my mind a lot, so I'm sorry. I'm here, but I'm like imagining. Hold on. All right, you know how that one phrase, and the phrase, I'm not sure how it's done, but like they always say, like, do you make decisions with your heart or your mind? Has anyone heard that phrase before? Yes or no? I don't know how it goes down, but there's a phrase like, it's, from the heart or from the mind. Has anybody heard that phrase? And if so, let me know. Matt says yes. Yay. Okay. All right. So I can say this at least. A step further from like that phrase is like the mind, body, heart, and soul connection. Has anyone ever also heard like that phrase or like that statement? Again, there might be like formal ways to say it, but like basically, mind and heart is like the first thing, and the second element is mind, body, heart, and soul. Has anyone been familiar with hearing those, that phrase? Let me know. All right, so these are phrases, especially the mind, heart, body, and soul. That is when you are really in true, complete, and full alignment with your own beingness, okay? When you reach those elevated states of true experience, when you are really in vibrational alignment with yourself, that is when you actually attain the feeling, the experience, the vibrational element of connection of mind, body, heart, and soul. So if you've ever experienced it, if you were out here, here in the chat or in the replay, and you've actually experienced that, I would love to know that, because that will tell me even much more about yourself, because I most certainly have experienced mind, heart, body, and soul within yourself, right? So if you've experienced that, let me know, yes, here in the chat. If you've not, you don't have to answer, but if you have, let me know, because that's a real experience. And I know it sounds so simple, but really, to really be in complete equilibrium with true alignment, you have no idea, guys. When you have your mind, your heart, your body, and your soul in true alignment of your higher self, before I go, I want to ask, because I want to know if you've ever been there. I will tell you firsthand that you are in like, it's a natural flow. It's a fluidity that like, it's real, it's happening, it unfolds, and you trust everything that takes place. You don't have to question, what did this person do? What did that happen? You're in flow. It's so real that life just works out. It's always working out, because when you really meet that position of yourself, right? Life is just on your terms. It's moving, it's in motion. Things work out, experiences line up. You actually walk the path, right? And you are met up with like opportunity. Like my favorite quote here by, for those who know like philosophy or history, Henry David Thoreau, which you've heard me many times say it. When you are walking confidently in the direction of your dream, you're here, right? You're on this mission, this purpose. You're living life, right? You're living everyday life, not the goal of like, I want to accomplish this item or this task. No, when you are living life, heart, mind, body, soul, you are living life like that. That is when you are met with opportunity. Right? Now you can't be ready if you cannot even see those things that are coming into your path unless you are open to receive them. So people say manifestation, they say this, it's that. Reality is what it is. If you are asking for things, but your experience is showing you a different thing, then maybe you're not ready for that. There has been many times in my life I had to ask myself firsthand, well, I say I want X, Y, and Z, but do I really want it? And of course, my natural mind, my ego would say, yes, I do. But I knew I was not prepared for that. And not in a bad way. Like, I had to accept that there are parts of me that are not fully prepared for the things I actually really want to accomplish. It's not a bad thing. It's a truth. It's a transparency. When you can walk in complete transparency with you and yourself, no one else, you and yourself, that is when you really do, you see the reality, the life. You see all potential, and you also see all the barriers, right? In a positive way. When you ask yourself, You want X, Y, or Z. It's easy to say, yes, I do. I want this, I want this, I want that. And that's great. Have the vision first. You got to start somewhere. So have that vision. But when you really when it really comes down to things, guys, oh, let me tell you, you can say you want X, Y, and Z, but are you the person that is actually willing to receive that as X, Y, and Z? Because I can guarantee you, if you feel in your life that you are falling short, or you want this, you want that desire, you want this accomplishment, this task, this benchmark, this milestone, and you want it so bad, but ask yourself, are you the person today in real time that actually can take on X, Y, or Z? The reality is, it might be a harsh truth, not in a bad way, not in a bad way, but those realities are important to notice, because if we try to keep ourselves so far in, like, dissonance, then we are just like obscure. Well, it's this, but you don't want it to be out there. You want it to be real. Like, why have all these ideas, these visions, and they never come into fruition? Like, you want to put them in play. You want them to be practical, rational, applicable. And if you don't want them that way, then know in your own mind, heart, body, soul, that it's just an idea. But tell yourself the truth. Is it an idea, or is it a reality? Because in life, we have all these dreams, these visions, this, and that. But when it comes down to it, guys, we have a dissonance with what we actually desire and what we're going to be willing to actually put forth in the world. And that is a hard truth to face. I've faced it many times. And it's real. If you understand that, let me know here in the chat. Yes, but I do know firsthand through many experiences, you want this, but are you that person to actually, carry that forward? Of course, our ego will say, oh, yes, we can. Or if it happens, then we can match that. No, that's not how it goes down. If you are not fully equipped right now to take on X, Y, or Z, then that's a good reason, an indicator of why you don't have X, Y, or Z. Are y'all following me or not? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Got my Sprite. We're going to conclude this, okay, guys? Okay. All right. This is the last conclusion, the last piece, guys. So let's do a quick roll call. Who's here with us? If you're willing to say you're here, let us know. This is the last summary, in closing, closing statements. Next on the docket, where's my Celia Tube at? Where is she at? She's had lack of power for 2 weeks, but she's next on the docket. So this is the summary, guys, and now we're done. Okay. If you're here, let me know, because I do appreciate knowing that. And we're gonna complete this out as a group. Just got my ice. Have to have a little bit of ice with me. But we're done though with this piece. Alrighty. Oh, and okay. Alrighty, guys. So I did ask kindly for a roll call. So whoever is here, let me know. The G spot, Gen Z. Matt, Sully, Jonathan, Patch. Yay. Casey, me too. Girl, where have you been? Where have you been, sister? Yay. Okay. Seriously. And you know what? I'm missing my friend Trudy. Where is my friend Trudy? Yay, guys. Okay. Gen Z's here. Casey, Kristen, Johnny Topside. Yay. Yay. So if you're here, a mini roll call, because I have some questions I'm about to pose, but I will not pose them if certain people in my little groupie are not here. So that's why. So let a sister know. In a good way, of course. Always happy stuff, guys. Yay. Okay. Just Shelly, Shawnee, where's your wifey, the G-spot? Where's Danielle? Danielle? I haven't seen her. I know Sandra was not well earlier, so she's not here, but it's okay. Is Scout still here? Scout, Chrissy, Gen Z. All right, well, I'm gonna keep going then, okay? I'm gonna hope y'all are here as we conclude this, okay? I'm here, but I'm looking at my notes here. How I'm gonna like put this in the words. Now this is very tough. Not for me, it's not that tough. Well, it's tough for anybody, okay? I'm still in the equation too. How we all handle it is differently, of course, but sometimes, in life, it requires us to push through things, right? Picking yourself up off the floor. If you've been punched in your face in whatever way that means for you, you felt that feeling of defeat, complete defeat, right? Or whatever that is that you've experienced, right? And it varies, guys, and they're all all of our life experiences will vary from time to time, okay? But it does require us to surrender sometimes when the real big crisis takes place ahead. When things happen and you cannot control things, right? When you cannot control things, here is the best thing you can do is to surrender to the process, okay? Surrender to the pain. Accept that you are not in control. Accept that the world, the universe will support the right process. And even if you've been bad or good in the situation, trust that it's unfolding as it's designed to unfold. When you can hold that level of inner knowing, when things do hit the fan, you're more likely to be more in inner peace and tranquil with yourself, and you're willing to detach a little bit more from the actual real situation and give yourself that breather moment of, okay, I don't like what happened, what took place. It was wrong. It was this, it was that. How can this happen? I didn't deserve this, or maybe you did deserve it, right? Surrendering to what is in real time, and also knowing that through detachment and through separation of what's happening is how you actually really come into true higher wisdom of yourself. It doesn't change the situation. It doesn't, and the pain does not go away. It doesn't. But what you can get is inner tranquility and inner serenity. And I feel personally that when I'm in pain or turmoil or chaos or whatever is happening that's out of my control, um, I look at the situation for what it is. I don't have to like it. I may have a small rant to myself of like, blah, blah, blah. But after that little rant is over for myself, I'm like, okay, I come to terms with it. I come to terms with it. I make peace with it because I've learned in life that if the faster I'm willing to come to make peace with a problem that is bullshit, that pissed me off, or that like is effed up, or that was like unwarranted or like ridiculous. There's been lots of things in life, guys, that happen in our life, right? Or it could be very minor too. Whatever is going down, okay. Once I collect myself, after I maybe rant for 5 minutes, I come back to the equation. I'm like, okay, well, here's what happened, and I don't like this. This was wrong for X, Y, or Z. But you know what? Here's what I know is true all the time. I trust the process so much of life. I trust myself so much that I know without a doubt that even the pain that was unwarranted or undeserved that I have to endure, the experience, the embarrassment, the hurt, the betrayal, the lack of love, the lack of dedication, the lack of commitment, the lack of like life experience, the lack of like, compatibility, whatever it may be for you, right? In the experience, I know with no doubt that it's all unfolding as it's designed. And when you can hold the ideology that there's a bigger, power at play. You can be the most powerful person in whatever capacity you have, but you are not the power of all powers, right? I'm not. There's a higher power at play that does have your back. And when you have nothing and you feel like lost and you feel there's nothing to like hold on to for hope, or you feel like, how can this possibly be? I played all my cards right, which I've experienced. I played all my cards right. What happened? I don't know, right? Things do take place that are not, we're not going to be privy to all the details in real time. Of course, I'm a very big analyzer in the mental realm. I'm very intuitive. I may have insights, but I don't have all the details. And maybe I'm not supposed to. And you're not supposed to have all those details. It doesn't change the pain or like the discomfort, but it does tell you one thing. If you are truly a mature person and you're really on the path of growth, you can surrender to what's taken place, the unjust, the bullshit, and you can know this. You know what? I don't even have to know all the details. I don't have to know it all. In fact, I may never know those details. You may never get the information that you believe that you deserve, that you're entitled to in real time. You may never get them later either. If you do get them in later, and you can, in retrospect, look back, but you don't get that information. You're not guaranteed that. And number one, your progress and your development and your growth should never be tied to, well, when I have X, Y, and Z answers, then I know. Did you guys hear me? So sometimes in life, we're like, well, when I have X, Y, Z answers, then I'll know where I stand. But no, that to me tells me that you are holding, you're hostage to yourself. You're in a mental prison and you can't escape it. Why would you bound yourself like that? You may never get answers to what you believe you deserve to know. To wait upon like, well, when I have X, Y, or Z details, then I'll know where I stand. No, fuck that. You know where you stand right now, but you forget that you do. Does anyone here in the chat understand that concept? Or am I alone? Let me know. Hey. Okay. Yay. All right, guys. I'm happy that those who are here with us, or at least that are brave enough to type in the chat. I know it's hard to do that. I do know that. I recognize that. It's hard to do that. But there are things that take place in our life in real time that feel unfair, unjust, or like, why? And you can like put yourself in your own mental prison by like looking back, all the steps you made, the moves here, the moves there. But at the end of the day, guys, I know from truth, I know from real reality by living it out over and over that you can keep yourself wound and bound to like this mental turmoil that you may or may not resolve. Now, if you are so determined that you can't resist, you can't release it, well, then you have a lot more to work through, and that's okay too. That's okay too. But those who are able to surrender to the process and release those elements, situations, experiences, relationships, people, that don't, if they're toxic, they don't belong in your experience. If they are not adding value to you in a positive momentum way, then more than likely, they don't deserve you. So why hold on to things like dead weight? I mean, if you want to hold on the burdens, I mean, there are plenty of things in life you can hold on to, but why do that? Why? I mean, I certainly won't. Of course, there's a moment of time where you like have to figure it out, but once you know and once clarity is in sight, release, and shed that shit. Let go of it, dude. Let go of it. Why would you hold on to past hurts and pains so badly that like you're carrying like that the ball and chain for the rest of your life? I mean, you can do that. And let me tell you, many people, and it's okay if you are one of these, many people live this way every day, guys. Every day they live this way. And it is what it is, But if you have the ability to have the information, the insight, the depth of perception to release yourself from the prisons and the burdens of yesterday's and the pains, you're not saying that you are no longer hurt. But what you're saying is that you are not going to be, prey to that. You're going to take back your personal sovereignty and choose and decide and know where you stand. Without no doubt, you'll know who you are, where you stand, and what you're worthy of and what you deserve. Now, if you don't know that, then there's more work to do, and that's okay too. So wherever you are on the spectrum of this process is fine, because where you are is where you are, right? But there are experiences in the world where we must release them. We must release the past. If we're going to hold on, can you just imagine living like 100 years, hoarding on and holding completely, like forever, endlessly? Why would we do that? I am not that person. Nope. I love my family, my friends, completely. I am a ride or die kind of girl for my family, for my friends. They know it. Well, they know it. If you are my very inner tight circle, oh my God, like, it's pretty deep. I am loyal like no one else's business. I say that with honor and pride because my character, my integrity is fucking authentic, fucking transparent. And let me tell you, hands down, people can tell you they're authentic. They can tell you they got integrity. They can tell you they're transparent. You'll fucking know if they are. You'll know if they are. You won't have to be thinking and worrying and like contemplating and figuring shit out. If you have to do that much shit, either you are in a mental prison or reality is distorted. Remove yourself, detach, look at it from a macro viewpoint, and then figure your shit out. Please, like, why stay bound and wound by garbage and nonsense? Because at the end of the day, this is your life. This is your life. You have one life here. One life. If you want to waste it and spend it on like, being bound to like yesterday, you can't release it, you can't move forward, then know where you are then. Like, that's okay too. Like, I love all people. If that's where you are, stay there. I'm not there. I am not there. I'm moving forward. I'm in present time. I can appreciate the present reality, but I know where I'm going. And my viewpoint and my, like, you know, my perspective is on the future, because I have a lot of things to do in this life, guys. We have things to accomplish. We have goals and visions. We were here for a very small time. It's a 100 years approximately. We are here destined to create impact, to make change, become, grow, evolve. If you want to stay bound to the past, then do that. But at least know when you do it that you know what you're doing. At the bare minimum, if you want to stay there, accept yourself for staying there. That's the best you can do if you choose that still. If you can't let go, then let yourself know, you know what, I just can't let go. At least be honest with your own self. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we all have to account for ourselves. All right, guys? No one said it's gonna be easy, and no one said it's fucking pleasant. And I can tell you firsthand, it's not pleasant. It's very uncomfortable. It's not nice. People will hurt you that you love and you trust, but it doesn't define you. Because you know where you stand. You know who you are. And you know what you know, except for your own life. You can still love and support people? Absolutely. It's fine. That's normal. That's the more mature thing to do is, you know what, this was effed up, or this or that, or life, you know, family, turmoil, chaos, business transactions that go sour, or like, you know, colleagues, peers, all kinds of things can, like, you know, volcano, you know, and but at the end of the day, when everything's in your face, who are you? What do you choose to do with the experiences? Are you going to sit in the hurt forever, endlessly? Or are you going to finally tell yourself, you know what? I've suffered too much. I'm finally going to choose to fucking release this bullshit. You know what? I'm going to finally decide that I am worth more. To yourself, of course, not to your fucking inner self. I finally know that I know what I'm worth internally, but maybe I haven't not taken the stand for it, right? So wherever you're at in the process, fucking take that stand. Give yourself the chance, the opportunity. Otherwise, you can very much so expect that tomorrow, next year, 5 years will be a fucking repeat of yesterday. If you like to repeat history over and over again, and you actually don't want to make the efforts to move yourself forward, then do it. You've been doing it anyway. So, or you can actually choose to say, you know what? No. Life has dealt me X, Y, and Z, but you know what? I'm going to become different. I'm going to evolve and grow. I'm willing to put the investment, the time, the attention on my life. I do matter. I am worth more. It does not matter if my family, my friends don't understand it. I know what matters, and I'm on my journey. This is my only life to live in this world. I will do whatever it takes to understand myself more, to accept myself more, to surrender to the process, the pain, to be with all the setbacks, but also to know that I'm on this fucking journey and it's not over yet. It's not over until you're fucking dead, guys, okay? So that is the conclusion, guys. Now, I normally don't swear in my live streams. I think I was swearing. I usually don't swear in general. All right, let's do a quick roll call. It is complete though. So if you're here just for that, it's complete. We're done, guys. Can we do a quick roll call? We're gonna close the live stream out, but for those who are in our little group, our family group, we'll go to Discord for a little bit, say hello, and then hopefully someone's there gonna help us, like, what's the word called? Hang with us, All right, guys? So if you're here, let me know you're here so I know who to expect. If you're not, that's okay too. Still much love and respect to all of those. So love and respect to everyone, because we're all going through different things. Our journey is all uniquely to our own experience. So hold the space and the compassion for those, and also understand that, to grow is to go into the uncomfort, the space of the blackness. Like, it looks so dark and crazy and scary, but it's not. When you actually can trust yourself as an individual, the blackness, the abyss, the scariness, the unknown is less scary when you know yourself. But if you have not done the work to know yourself, of course it'll be very scary. So it's a process. That's why you've heard me say over and over, guys, over and over again, when you know yourself and when you really learn yourself and you're in the work, the process to become better, to change your life, to transform, to progress, happiness equals progress. People can have all the money in the world. They can have all the money, all the things in the world, but you know what? They're very miserable. You know why they are? Because they're not in fulfillment. They're lacking their own truth. How you can have all the money and then have like no internal fulfillment. That's a common thing, right? They don't know what they want. Why don't you take the time to ask yourself who you are, number one? Do you want to take the moment of time, this life so precious, and invest back into yourself, right? And then from there, then you can choose to figure out, okay, what do you want to do with it? The part you have left, the time you have left. And it will be different for every person. It's not, we all have different lives, and we're all at the different journey cycle, because we're all different ages and stuff. And we have different consciousness levels. So wherever you are there, it's still equally important, because you have family and grandchildren and family and friends, and life is not over. You could be retired. You could think you're at the end, but let me tell you, you're not. You're not. People are counting on you. They're waiting on you. And they're hoping you come to the table. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right, guys. So that concludes the message for us. If you guys want to come hang out with us, let me know so I know who to send the links privately to. I'm not putting my link out here in the general masses, because we vet every person individually in my group, because we love and care about our own protection. Safety is first for me. Safety is so first. Safety is first, and then everything else is secondary. So if you want to hang out with me, either email me right now. I will go in my messages and check it out. If you don't, you're good. But we do have a Discord. It's not open. It's not public, so it's not public. But if I know you, I will send you the email in response. All right, guys, because this is not a free-for-all, and we're not here to I want order and structure. All right, guys, we have fun there in a safe place, and the way to keep it safe is when you know who's there, right? If you don't know who's there, then it's not safe. And I'm gonna do whatever I can to help us remain protected. And I hope that you guys appreciate that part of me, okay? Casey, me too. If you email me right now, I will respond. I know who you are, so I will totally reply to you with the email link. If you can email me though. I'll put my own email here. All right, that's my email. So for those who don't already have it, that's my email. So for those who are already in my group, you want to go to the Discord voice, meet me there so I can close this one out. Let me know let me know when you get there, okay? Help me out, help a sister out, and let me know you're there. That way we can at least say hello. We can end it, and then if we want to watch a film or a comedy, I'm totally down. Let's get there first, so we're all like, you know, together, and then we can figure that out, the rest out. Matt, you said you got it? Are you there? Matt Sully? Yay, Casey, me too. Did you email me, sweetie? Did you? Yay, Scout, Chrissy. Yes, Kristen, you can always email me and we can chat again and I can give you the links, but email me first, okay? That way it's safe and protected for all of us, okay? I keep the house protected. As long as I don't get my own self banned on my own server, okay? So Casey, me too, okay. Yeah, if you email me, then I can do it easier. Otherwise, I have to look for that username. I'm not familiar with it. Guys, I'm still a newbie, okay? I'm still a newbie. See, Mike Tutu, email me, sweetie, if you want, or text me, okay? Email me or text me, or message me on Facebook, however you want to do it, guys. Okay? All right, that way you can close this out. So email, if you're not there in the server, which maybe not everyone is, email me or text me or message me. That way I know who you are and I will choose to send it to you or not, okay? All right, let's close this out, guys. I'll see you over there.